Monday. It's Christmas week. I know y'all are counting the minutes until our Festivus celebration tomorrow night. I know I can't wait for Festivus tomorrow night. But before we do that, we have a great evening ahead of us. We're going to try to cover a lot about Mr. Autry, and I use that name loosely, the Mr. part of it. We're going to go over the video of him recanting his testimony in the Tennessee versus Zachary Adams case. I know you all have been following along with me, and if you are new to this case, you need to go back and watch a lot of other video content that I have on my channel to get caught up. We are very, very lucky that I have a special guest with me tonight. This was kind of a last minute thing, but I'm so happy and excited about it. But before we do that, make sure you do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, share, hit your notifications, do all the stuff that you're supposed to do. Tell everybody that you know how great this channel is. I'm kidding. Just be honest with people. Okay, so my special guest, her name is Nicole. Oh, I need to say hello to everybody. How rude, Janet. What, you like slept and forgot how to do this? Okay, we have Kat Nat Williams is with us. Hey, Kat. Emily Hart, thanks for joining us. KS Granny is with us. Kelly, of course, is with us. What are y'all drinking? I got my Dr. Pepper Zero again. You know, I'm very reliable. And Melissa, happy to see you. Ava is with us. And yay, Trial and Error podcast. Thanks for tuning in as well. We are so happy to have all of you with us tonight. And my guest, her name is Nicole Weiser. She is part of the individuals that have been doing a lot of the additional work since Zachary Adams was convicted. She works with Dana McClendon. Dana McClendon is a defense attorney who has been on several other YouTube channels to talk about the specifics of this case. The map that I was showing you all was from Dana. That was last week when we were covering some of this on Wine and Crime Wednesday. He also works with Dr. Spirko. Unfortunately, they're a little salty on the prosecution side in this post-conviction relief. Like, I'm sure you all are not surprised because we saw how they roll. So she cannot speak on this case until all of the testimony has been presented in the post-conviction relief hearings, because the state has continued to keep her on their witness list. So she may have to testify in the coming hearings. So she can't be on here to talk to us about it. But her very best friend, who is a stay-at-home mom turned into investigator, researcher, and analyst, Nicole Weiser, is with us. And I want you all to give her a great big welcome.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I know it was short notice. I've been emailing, going back and forth over the weekend, but I so appreciate you coming on and sharing your experiences.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I know I kind of gave a little brief summary of how you got involved in the case. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that. And when you very first got involved, what prompted you to really latch on to this?
So I met Katie a few years ago through mutual friends.
For all of you that don't know who Katie is Dr. Spirko. No, that's okay. No, I try to. It's one of those things I don't always do it very good. So
yeah, and it's so weird for me to refer to her as Dr. Spirko.
I'm sure.
Dr. Spirko.
Hi, Dustin.
So Katie and I became friends a few years ago, and we just clicked. And I always thought what she did for a living was interesting, and being a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids, My life is hectic, but not in a fun way. So she said that if she, found a case that was interesting, that she would talk to me about it and stuff like that. So when this case came across her desk, she asked me if I wanted to read about it. I hadn't heard of it. I was living in New Jersey when this happened, so it wasn't on my radar.
Sure.
But yeah, I read through it and she said, I have to go meet with Zach and figure out if he's innocent or not. Do you want to come? And I was like, do I want to go to a jail and meet with a guy that possibly murdered somebody? Yes. Yes, I do.
Sign me up.
So that sounds great. That sounds like a perfect vacation away from my kids.
Go sit in a semi-comfortable room with a potential murderer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sounds great.
So, and I didn't give the background to everyone that is watching, but Dr. Spirico, her area of expertise is, and correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding is she is a forensic psychologist. Is that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so she can look at how people are, based on other information she has, she's able to kind of break down why they may be behaving or answering questions in certain ways. That's my understanding anyway.
Yes. It's also incredible to watch her read a room. There has been times where I'm, fighting with my husband and Katie's like, say this and do this. He's going to respond this way. And then you do this. And every time
she's like a cheat code.
It is. It's nuts. It's really fascinating to watch her read.
So I was listening, ironically, I was listening on my lunch today to a podcast that she and Dana had done where they were playing Dylan's interview. And they stopped partway in it. And if y'all haven't gone and listened to this, she literally does to Dana what the investigators were doing to Dylan. Mm-hmm. And it's fascinating to watch. I shouldn't even say watch, listen to how that all transpires. So if you all have not done that, I think it's episode 7 or something like that, but it's the Dylan Adams recording of him after he'd been with Dennis Benjamin. We all know who and when that was, right? The confession. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So yes. And it's not the beach, but it will do to go, interview a convict.
Yeah. Why not?
So when you did go see Zach, when was that? Was that just like maybe 18 months ago? Was it longer than that?
Oh my gosh. Well, we sat down with Jason Autry. It was 2 years ago, yesterday or today. So it's that this is all happening right now. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I did not know
on
that.
my Facebook memories. Because when Katie and I went down to Memphis, we stayed at the Pyramid Hotel with the Bass Pro Shops.
Okay.
It was ridiculous, but yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, KS Granny. It is Trial and Error podcast. I will make sure at the end, in my description, I'll put a link so that you all can get there from this from tonight's show. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So 2 years ago, yesterday or today, that is so.
Yeah,
I'm sure Lady Zelda would have something to say about that. There's a reason for that. I'll have to. She reads tarot cards.
I love tarot cards.
Oh, you need to go check out Lady Zelda. Then she's amazing.
That sounds fun.
So you went to see Zach, and you saw Zach after you saw Jason. Then is what it sounds like.
No, we saw Zach first.
You saw Zach first, so it would have been more than 2 years ago.
2 months. Yeah, it was more than 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So what were your first impressions of him?
Well, I had never been in a jail before, so I didn't know what to expect. He was very polite. It's not at all what you think of when you see in the movies. It's not like that.
Did you have glass between you?
No, there was nothing between us.
So you were just able to sit at like one of the
At a table.
picnic table thingies.
We were in a private room. And Zach pulled up a chair for me because there were only two. So Katie and I sat on one side of the table. He sat on the other. He was very prepared. He had files and a notebook,
Wow.
all the things. And his very first question was, "Do you think I did it?" And Katie was
wow.
like, "I don't know yet."
Yeah, that's how I would have to answer in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, we all believe he's innocent on
Right.
my channel based on what we have seen. Yeah.
Well, at that point, we weren't sure.
I know.
Because we had just started getting into all of the things. And we went in there with an open mind, but kind of in the mindset of, I want him to prove me wrong. And when we were walking out, we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, holy, I don't think he did it.
Yeah.
And he actually helped us find Jason.
Really?
Yeah, they couldn't find him in the prison records. So Zach.
Well, isn't that a little odd?
Right direction. I know.
Huh. Imagine that. Something else that's hidden in this case.
Weird, right?
Yeah. Not weird in this case. But yeah. Okay. So you meet with him. He asks you that. How many more times did you meet with him after that?
Who? I only met with them once.
Yeah. Just the one time. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you happen to know when Mr. Bowtie Bates came on board for him? He was appointed, was he not?
He was appointed, and he is the one that brought Katie on to it. Mr. Bates and Katie had worked on cases previously, so they knew of each other. They had a good working relationship. So he asked her if she would take a look into it for him.
Yeah, I remember, and I don't know if everybody, I posted a clip over the past few days on Twitter of Jennifer Nichols. You all in the chat, we call her the Penguin, remember? The heifer, that's what I was calling her. And oh yeah, I hold nothing back. It's my channel. I say what I want. If you're nasty and mean like she was, you get all of it.
Oh, I love you so much. This is so funny.
So yeah, I have absolutely no respect for that woman whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And she created it. It's not something that I had from the outset. So, but anyway, she has this testimony that she gives in the hearings about this awful person that is completely unqualified to go pick up some evidence in this case. And I think, I don't know that.
Does she even have her license anymore? Because I know they were looking into it.
Yes, that's the clip. Yeah. That's the clip. Yes.
I was messaging Kinsey and Dana, and I was like, wow, does she have a hard on for Katie? Holy
big problem. Well, she has a problem with women in general, it appears.
Yeah.
And especially women that might be more intelligent than her. She definitely has a problem with them.
And I think it's if she can't intimidate you,
mm-hmm.
then that is definitely not ideal for her.
Yeah, that part of the testimony was fascinating to me, and I feel like I should have faith in Judge Bradberry. I hope I'm not disappointed and wrong, because we've been disappointed regularly here.
Right.
And but I have a good feeling about him. I feel like he'll be fair about things. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that's what happens.
I do too. I like to look at his face when people are talking, and you see him, and he's just like,
And
what
how
in
much
the world?
when he writes notes and when he doesn't write notes, that's another time that I'm like,
Yeah,
what's
I
Judge
do think
Bradberry doing?
I have high hopes for him. I do think he is fair, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the cases that we're following, the Superior Court came out with a ruling today in it, and it is just preposterous. And so we're regularly heartbroken in the true crime world, legal world, where we follow cases. So I'm trying to keep my hopes tempered. It's it's been a disappointing year.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's also interesting is I had no idea how long this stuff takes.
Oh, yes.
Like, I thought it was, this starts and they're literally showing that it is not possible for these guys to have done it.
Yes.
So I just kind of thought it would be like, oh, well, great. They can go home now. But you still have to sit through this crazy 2 years.
Yes. Yes.
On top
Well,
of time that he has,
already served for
Yeah.
something he didn't do.
It's
So
crazy.
so the hearing started in March. And then they had more hearings in August.
Yeah.
And then they had more hearings in November. And now we're having more hearings in next week? Yeah, next week.
Yeah. The 29th and 30th.
Yeah.
And then
if
more.
they don't finish then it'll back on January 6th and 7th. And we got a lot of stuff going on January 6th and 7th because I think Sarah Grace Patrick goes to trial on that day. Courtney Clenny, I think, has a hearing. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going. So we need to get this wrapped up here. Come on, Judge Bradberry.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you saw Zach, you started to look at all the evidence, and then how did the meeting with Jason come about? Fill in the blanks for me on that.
Well, Zach talked about him, and we knew that Jason is such an important piece of the puzzle because it was his testimony alone that put these guys away. So we're like, we have to find him. We have to talk to him. Katie tracked him down, and we were able to get an interview. And we went there truly not knowing whether or not he was going to talk to us, because they don't just because they're there, they don't have to see us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think he was nervous when he first walked in. He's huge, by the way. He's a very large man. He is like 6'5", 6'6".
I think he's at least 6'6", because we actually talked about it in the chat. And I was saying, look at how stinking intimidating he is when you see him in the courtroom and everything. And he's huge. Yes.
But you know what's crazy is that we were in a much smaller room with him than we were with Zach.
Ooh.
It was not, he wasn't intimidating. You would think he was so nice.
Wow.
It was crazy. I told Katie after the fact, I was like, he is that cousin on like kind of the trashy side of the family that on Thanksgiving you go take a walk and you smoke a little something before you come back and eat. Like he's that cousin, like,
yeah.
Crazy. But he was genuinely a nice guy.
And so because we're going to watch the entire video. I don't want to get into that. I know I only have so much time, just so all of you watching understand. I only have so much time with Nicole. So we're getting the interviewing part of this out first, which actually works out better. And then we'll watch the video together. So without giving away like what he actually says in the video, what was your take as far as his impression of why he agreed to sit down and talk with you all, and B, what was the motivation? I mean, I know what the motivation was, but like, did he seem like he expressed any sort of remorse for lying his tail off on the witness stand and totally committing perjury to save his own tail and then to just go right back in?
uh yes. So he said, well, okay, I think he agreed to talk to us. I think he was curious.
Mm.
I think he just kind of wanted to see where this was going. I mean, I'm sure you've seen pictures of Katie. She is not what you think of when you think of a neuropsychologist. Like,
Right.
you think of like an uptight, Katie's a
Yes.
very pretty girl. She's easy to talk to.
She's very put together and she's a hottie. So he would not
Yes.
have been expecting that.
Right. So the two of us walk in there and, I'm Hot Mess Express right now, but
No,
I
you're
clean
not.
up kind of nice. And so I think it was just, let's see where this is going. We're the exact opposite of what is normally going to see.
Correct.
So yeah, he was just really nice. And when we asked him why he wanted to talk, he was so upset. He said he has tried to commit suicide multiple times.
Really?
He doesn't want anything out of this other than to clear their names. Zach, Dylan, Shane. He doesn't want he knows that this is not going to do anything for him, but he just can't live with himself with the guilt anymore.
Well, that is super interesting to know that. And that makes me feel a little better about him because we had some mad, not good takes for him during his testimony when we were replaying the trial. The smugness and, some of the things that came out. And then, of course, you just add in Jennifer Nichols and her entire attitude and the judge piling on. And it was just a recipe for disaster. I did not know that he was struggling with it that much.
Yes. And so after watching this video, you have to go back and then listen to his testimony again. You will see it in a much different light. He is purposely being flamboyant. He is purposely being just so over the top.
Well, it came across as a big show.
Yes.
His testimony came across as a big show. We kind of joked when we were watching it, like, this is his opportunity to be the star. Check me out. And that's exactly how it came across.
Yes. And I think he was also very, really, he was doing it to save his own ass.
Oh, absolutely.
But he wasn't happy about it.
Right.
So it was kind of sure, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it as over the top as possible, but also fuck you at the same time. Because he threw in a lot of things that weren't true.
Very salacious, extra things that were not necessary.
Right. And also that just didn't exist. I mean, at one part in the testimony, he talks about going to Shane's house and opening a gate, and there was no gate. He didn't get a gate until months later when he got a dog. So
no burn barrel, no gate. Can't remember the blanket. Was it a quilt? Was it a blanket? Don't know the colors. Don't know the prominent colors. Like, oh yeah, we talked about it a lot on this channel, and the timing of when and where they would have had to have been on the riprap. And it doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work.
And I think he was also kind of mad that, he was pulled into all of this by what Dylan said. And then was told Dylan and Zach were saying the same things about him. So, you put a bunch of druggies in a room and tell them that their friends are talking shit about them. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, and they don't remember what they did yesterday, let alone years ago.
I don't do drugs. I'm a 31-year-old mom of 3 kids. I can't tell you what I had for breakfast this morning. I have no idea.
We talk about it all the time. Trust me, I'm 56. It doesn't get any better.
Oh, well.
The memory doesn't get better with age. So yes, that all of his testimony, because of what we know now, when we were watching it, we immediately know, well, this isn't true. Well, this isn't true. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. And I guess for me, it's challenging for me to have kindness and empathy toward the jury because I don't know how they got there.
Right. Like, how did you not see through this?
How did they get there?
But I have to imagine just giving them a little bit of grace at the same time. So many people were so vehement that these guys did this awful thing to a girl from their backyard, and they just were out for blood. And I think it got to the point where they didn't care.
Well, I can tell, and I did kind of give a little bit of this reference when we were watching it and when we finished watching the entire trial replay. As someone that lived in Tennessee at the time that she went missing, I still lived in Tennessee in 2014 when her remains were found and all of this started. And I still lived in Tennessee in 2017 when the trial took place. And I know from my perspective, just as someone that didn't live directly in the area, but lived in Tennessee, there was a lot of pressure, and it was kind of portrayed and presented in the media as a foregone conclusion. These are the people. These are the people that did it. And so when you kind of go, we all try to make sure that if we are jurors on a case, that we are not coming in with any bias, and that when jurors are placed on juries, that they don't have bias when they come in. But I don't see how this jury got to where they got without having bias.
They had to have. And it was also put into these guys' head that you're shitty druggies. Who's going to believe you?
Right. Right. And I do think that has changed even since 2017. And that's the thing is, I feel like cell phone data is far more precise now than it was back in 2011 when this happened, obviously. But even a jury's understanding of cell phone evidence, I feel like, is better now than it was even just 8 years ago. So I can give them grace on those fronts.
Well, it's also interesting to note that the jury was picked in July. So they had 2 months to be out in the community hearing all of the things.
I didn't know that.
Because they had a delayed start to the trial.
I never knew that. I don't guess I ever paid attention to that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. And that explains a lot. And then they were sequestered.
You were
sequestered during the trial, but you really weren't.
Right. He let them go out to a football game. Like, are you kidding?
Oh my gosh. Well, that's all he cared about. You know, he had to have his game running on the bench for him and everything while he was presiding over the trial.
Yeah. Oh, and they delayed it so they could try to find the murder weapon.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was also really curious. How do you charge somebody with rape when you can't prove? I don't understand.
We have all said that on here, you know, and because YouTube doesn't like the word, I always say grape. But we've talked about grape a lot on here, and there is no evidence of anybody committing that crime in this particular case. There's none. And everybody in my chat on the channel were like, because Jason said so. That's the only that is the evidence. Jason said so.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I do think that was the purpose behind her kidnap to begin with. But
yes.
It's just
And
crazy.
I believe that Terry Britt is the individual with the assistance of his wife, who we named Jan because I don't need any blasphemy on my name, Janet. So we don't say her full name. She's Jan.
Jan.
I do believe, yes, and that's just my opinion of who I believe committed this crime and obviously got away with it.
Oh, yes. Well, and hopefully not for long.
Gosh, you hope so, but I don't have a lot of faith in this district attorney's office because I see who is handling this post-conviction relief on the DA's side, and she's all in cahoots with all of them too.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you know that Katie met with her?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Spell it.
Went to her house, and I want to say house in quotations because woof.
Throw the shade, Nicole. Throw the shade. We are here for spilling the tea and throwing some shade. We call Jennifer Nichols the Penguin. Hello. Go, girl.
I mean, if you could just think in your mind of where, I don't know, a creepy rapist might live. It's like, oh my God. A dilapidated trailer, just dogs everywhere. But yeah, Katie did talk to her in her driveway with dogs yapping all over the place, and it's recorded. So,
oh my goodness.
And then she said Katie harassed her. So that was fun.
I mean, the number of characters involved in this particular case that didn't need to be involved. The poor neighbor, the Bobo's poor neighbor.
Right.
And you could tell very, very early on that he didn't have anything to do with it.
No. And
you could debunk that immediately.
We went to the mom's house and we talked to her. Just trying to get a sense of anything from that day, anything that anybody might have remembered. But it
fruitless.
Yeah, kind of. She's a very nice lady. But it just wasn't.
I found his testimony in the 2017 trial to be so credible. He was very, very clear, very specific on what he did, what time it was, where he went. And his testimony is probably for me the biggest testimony that made me believe this concocted story was absolute bovine scatology, because he didn't see a vehicle at the end of the driveway. And supposedly that's this whole story. You know, somebody was waiting at the end of the Bobo driveway in the getaway car, but they were taking Holly into the woods behind the house, which doesn't make any sense. So none of that made any sense to me, and completely blew Zach Adams out as being the perpetrator in this particular case. Because the timing, there was not enough time for that to happen.
Also, the description that Clint gave.
Well, and Clint identified Terry Britt as the voice he heard.
Right.
That's pretty doggone telling, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I heard that.
I've listened to some clips of him talking to his wife from when he was in jail at one point, and he is a horrible human being.
Oh, he's despicable.
Moly. Awful.
Despicable.
Also, he was mad at Jan because she gave away his truck. And she said, I know I was only supposed to get rid of it if I was going to prison. And I was like,
what? Oh my word.
And what would you be going to prison for, ma'am?
Well, and she has a very colorful past of her own. And so that's why I don't believe I believe Terry initially perpetrated this crime on Holly Bobo on his own. And then somewhere in the morning, I suspect after he got back home, after he made the big loop and got back home, he called her and told her, you need to come home because I need, because she was at work is what my understanding was. And he called her and told her she had to come home. And that was noonish time.
It's also, so she was running that office. So you're going to leave on the biggest news breaking day?
Biggest news day. Give me a break. Yeah, no, she had to because she needed to go help cover up a crime with her husband.
Yeah, well, they were seemingly going to do it the Friday before when Janet had taken off work.
Really?
I think a lot of this also has to do with her cousin Natalie.
Yes. I do think there is some sort of connection there. It did come up several times in the trial about Natalie's background and her line of work and things like that. And I don't even know if it's true. I just know it was testimony in the trial. And so it does lead me to believe that could be a possibility.
Yeah. Britt was stalking Natalie.
And she knew it.
Yes.
And was telling people, Chester the molester keeps, you know, the guy we're talking about. He ends up being there. He ends up being there.
And what was the Dollar General. He approached them and they got weirded out. Also, I had found it's interesting what you see on Facebook. So I read comments that people write in whenever the trial is coming back up. And I found a woman who was part of the original search party that day. And she said that one of the things that she saw, and it was bagged and tagged, were cigarette butts, a bunch of them around.
I heard about cigarette butts.
Tree that would have been in like where he could have been watching her. And I know Britt smoked.
Yep.
But I think they tried to retest them and they couldn't get any DNA off of them. But I was like, oh.
Yeah, because my understanding is that he's not brand specific in his cigarettes. He smokes whatever he can get cheapest kind of thing. So that wouldn't have helped, but
that's typical.
Yeah. Look who we're dealing with here. So, yeah. And Holly had the look that he was attracted to, or
right.
They were attracted to, it seems. So, very, very telling to me when you start lining up the thing, especially the map. And this is the part with Zach's case, with his hearings right now. The fact that Jennifer Thompson did not put up any sort of other evidence to try to dispute. I mean, I know cell phone guy came in, and I think it was Reeves. I'm not positive, but it needed to be mapped out like you all have it mapped out now. And it wasn't. And I think it could have been, but she didn't fight hard enough to get that type of evidence in.
Yeah, I think she was so beaten down.
Oh, totally.
By Nichols and Wyrick and
the judge. Yeah,
it was just so hard on her. I think she was in way over her head.
It was a lot. And when we rewatch the trial, you can see, she's got some spunk at the beginning. And as it went on, yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. And I'm like, no, fight. Come on, girl, fight.
Even when Britt was on the stand, I was like, oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Nichols also tried to belittle Doug when he was questioning her. And it was like, come on, you're so ridiculous.
That woman, she has a case of the I am better than everybody else's that I have not seen in a long time.
Right. It's so scary that she's a judge. It is terrifying to me.
Well, she's up for re-election again there, and I hope they don't re-elect her to the bench. I hope everybody is seeing this in Tennessee, in her district, because this is insane.
I'm in the district.
Although I have to say, I do love the fact that her little election page was commandeered to go to.
God, I was dying.
Okay, so you have to tell the story.
Get out there and vote.
So you have to tell the story of what happened, because I don't know that everybody in the chat and listening knows what we're talking about. She's running unopposed? Shut up. No, she's not.
Fine, I'll run. Fine.
I mean, I'd vote for a paper bag over her.
Literally anybody.
Yes. So fill everybody in on how what she was talking about
Kinsey's telling me there is someone running against her.
Oh, please let there be someone. That should be a shoo-in.
I love reading the comments. Please run.
Yeah.
I wish. I am highly unqualified, although probably.
Well, so is she.
Right.
She's just got a big old attitude and a good waddle. So what I'll fill in the blanks. What happened is she has some website that she directs people to for her election campaign. And I don't know who, but somebody, I know, somebody made it so when you Google, am I getting this right? If I get any of this wrong, tell me. When you Google her campaign, it automatically takes you to innocentbrothers.com, which is the Zachary and Dylan Adams website.
And she got it up at the...
I know!
And she went and bought these domains and blah, blah, blah. Yes. And yeah, I knew about it and it was hilarious.
I think it's hilarious. There's nothing illegal about that, honey. I hate to tell you. It just makes you mad. And I love that.
It's also funny the things that Katie thinks of.
That was just precious. When I heard that, I was like, shut up. Somebody redirected her campaign page to the Innocent Brothers.
At some point, the state needs to realize that they can't, F with
control
her.
Everything.
My goodness.
You cannot control everything. So okay, back to Jason Autry. Mm-hmm. You all were there. Is he in for life now? Is that what I don't even know what he's in prison for.
Do you know? I'm not sure.
I mean, I know that you said he's not expecting to get anything out of this, and I understand that part of it.
19 years he's in for.
19 years is what he's got. Okay.
For having a deer rifle.
Oh, because he's a convicted felon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can't have that. They frown on that. And so had he ever talked to or met with Dennis Benjamin that you know of?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because I know Dennis Benjamin and the Bobos were kind of a lot like this.
Yes, I think there was a lot of this.
Yeah. And what is your take on the Bobo family in general, as far as how things went down? Because I have a lot of compassion. I'll kind of tell you my perspective so you don't feel like you have to tiptoe too terribly much. Okay. I have a lot of empathy and a lot of compassion for what they went through. That being said, they mucked it up pretty good by sticking their nose in everything and trying to investigate this case on their own.
Yeah, but I also can't imagine and I don't want to, how it must feel to have your daughter go missing. I mean, if it was me, I would be knocking down every door that I could too, trying to find my kids. So in
Absolutely.
that way, um, I do understand that. But I mean, the TBI was screwing it up so bad that what it was almost like if they wanted answers, they needed to go find them themselves.
Yeah, I guess I get that part of it, but dadgum, it was just watching it. You're like, stop, 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 stop being in the middle of everything. Like, follow some sort of protocol, because
Yeah.
it can jeopardize the case. And I think we see some of that the case was jeopardized.
Oh, very much. I mean, Dennis Benjamin alone being brought in was just awful. Awful.
Yeah, that's kind of where things flipped in more ways than one. And I also we've commented and discussed this on my channel also, the dynamic of the family. I'm not judging. Every family operates their own way, but there seemed like a kind of odd dynamic of how that family operated.
In what I mean, I think it's weird that Clint saw his sister walking off into the woods with a strange man that he didn't know who it was and did nothing. So
That's kind of what I'm talking about. And it was call mom, and mom was making lunch for her, and mom knew about this. And I'm just like, what is happening in this family? Like these are adults.
yeah, I
Like,
mean, I in a way,
and
but
no judgment. I'm just like, I think it's odd.
yeah. I mean, my mother-in-law makes lunch every day for her 28-year-old son when he goes to work, which I tell my 12-year-old to go scratch. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I get that part of it. I guess it to me, it wasn't like a singular thing that was done. It was kind of the overarching theme of the family that it seemed very intertwined. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Instead of having especially at those ages, you should be starting to have some individualization where you're off on your own doing. I mean, my son is 24. He does not live with us any longer,
Mhm.
although he's literally less than a mile up the road from me. But I see him maybe once a week. We talk a couple times a week. I am not used to being that involved in his life
Mhm.
at the age that he is now. But even when he was 20, 21, I wasn't involved in it that way. Like, go
Yeah,
live your life.
I guess because they all live together. It was
I guess,
to
yeah.
not be so yeah.
And I thought it was absolutely horrific that Jennifer Nichols made Karen Bobo fondle all of the evidence on the witness stand that were the last items that Holly ever had in her
Oh, I
possession.
mean,
Could there
anything but a
be any?
reaction, right? It's like,
It was so egregious. When I was watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? I've never, ever, ever seen that in a case. I've never seen a trial where the victim's spouse or the victim's mother or father has to get on the stand and literally hold the items. And I couldn't do that.
no. And it was also like for what?
So inflammatory, so
Yeah.
prejudicial. It was awful.
Yeah.
Yes, no probative value, just weaponizing the mother's grief. That's
Yeah.
exactly how I saw
True.
it too. Yeah. Oh
Awful.
my goodness. That was just, it made me ill.
Mhm.
Absolutely ill. And she did it multiple times. And then, as if everything else wasn't horrific enough, Jennifer Nichols' closing statement when she kept stalking over to the defense table.
Mhm.
Girl.
Just anything to intimidate.
It
Anything.
was. It was so ugly.
Mhm.
Oh, so ugly. She's just an ugly human being. I hope you're watching, Jennifer Nichols. Please, by all means, I find you despicable and completely incompetent. And guess what? I could say that it's my YouTube channel and it's my opinion. So there you go. Yeah. Unbelievable testimony. What else do you want us? Because I know I only have a little bit of time with you. What do you want to share with us about what your experience has been in this particular case so far?
It is just one dumpster fire after another, truly. They buried evidence. They named files wrong on purpose to bury evidence. It's no wonder they have such a hard on for Katie, because she found all of their shit.
Well, and that's one of the things, it just made me think of this. So there is no video, I'm guessing, of Zach at the ATM.
Not that they can find, but there is the picture of the truck.
And so the picture of the truck, was that in the original discovery?
I think so. And I think they put it under the wrong name. I have little bubbles on my chat, so Kinsey will tell me what. Okay. Yes, but the file wouldn't open.
Shut the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I also imagine it was renamed, buried in a corrupt file.
Yeah, there's that. Mm-hmm. I sure hope Judge Bradberry pays attention to that. And there aren't very many cases that come along that I cover or I follow that I feel so strongly about someone getting the word out on how egregious this case has been handled. This is one of them, though. Yeah. Karen Reed was definitely up there on how it was handled. And now also in Massachusetts, Kelsey Fitzsimmons is being treated horribly. Everybody, please pray, put your cross your fingers, toes, whatever you need to do your chants, whatever sage we need, because there's an emergency hearing for Kelsey Fitzsimmons. She is being held for a crime that if she were convicted, Nicole, she would get probation, and they're holding her in jail, and they have for months. It's ridiculous. So those kinds of cases get me really angry. And I want to make sure I get as much attention, shine as much light on it as I possibly can. I know I had someone very close to the defense team reach out to me, and I'm saying, thank you for helping get the word out. I am absolutely any way that we can get the word out to everybody else that doesn't know about this case, and let them know. I mean, I had people at my house last night. We were watching football and I mentioned something, and I had everybody in my house Googling, and they're like, oh, well, this is a problem. And I'm like, yes, tell everybody you know about it, because I feel like visibility, sunshine is the best antiseptic. So that's all we can hope for.
Right. Well, when you go through the video of Autry, I can't wait to hear what everybody thinks, because it's a doozy.
Yeah, I mean, everything up to this point has been. And so we kind of had made some decisions on what we were going to watch. I think we're going to watch Terry Dykas's testimony from the hearing. We watched
his book.
We can't get our hands on it.
Dykas's book?
Yes, it's out of print.
Stop. I ordered it on Amazon. Is it really out of print?
Did you just recently order it on Amazon?
No, this was probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
he pulled it apparently. But if you want to send me your address, I'll send it to you.
Absolutely, I will do that. Yes. So yeah, we want to do his testimony at the hearing, and we want to listen to Dylan's that episode of Dylan after he'd been with Dennis Benjamin, and I think there's a Dennis Benjamin something or other. So we're kind of going through the rounds on all of the information. So I may end up reaching out to you again. So
Sure.
we'd be happy to have you back if you'll come.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, and if there's anything in the meantime that we can do, I can do, have Kinsey shoot me an email, you shoot me an email, whatever. I'm all in. I want to see Zach out.
And we can get you the video footage of Dylan's confession too.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. It is probably the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. So sad.
Yeah, if you can get me the video, because I would definitely like to, because hearing him is one thing, but seeing the body language in that will tell a lot. So yeah.
It's sad.
And Melissa is asking me to do a reading of his book on my channel.
But you have to read it like you're reading "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Well, they hear me read a lot of things on here because we'll go over charging documents and summaries of cases and things like that. So yeah, I have had some live streams that I literally talked for 2.5 hours or almost 3 hours. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need a break. Well, when I read it, Melissa, I will definitely, if there are any tidbits that I need to share with all of you, I will definitely do that. So I'll have little Post-its all over in it.
And Kelly asked, since I live in the area, what does the community think? I don't hear about it a lot. I don't know. She's very active in the community. She's in Nichols. She's in all of the things. So whether or not people like her or don't, it's not something that really gets talked about. But we just need all of this to get out there so people know the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like I say, I'll do my part, anything that I can do. I'm good with it. And just let me know and I'll do it.
And also, just so everybody knows, anyone can go to these hearings. You can
if you're local,
go sit in.
Any of my Tennessee people, you can sit your bahunkus in there, just like I did at Donna Adelson.
Michael Begley is who is running against Jennifer Nichols.
Go, Michael!
Shout out Michael Begley.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I truly cannot say thank you enough. I always say that, but and I tease because when you don't get told, when you're never told thank you, it is important. It seems like a big deal. But when I say thank you, it seems so small. So, but I am so thankful that you came on here this evening for us to chat about all of this. And I'll stay in touch with you. We've got holidays coming. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
Yes.
And I hope everybody gets healthy, including the dog.
I'll have to, oh God, she's such a monster. I'll have to join on a Wine Wednesday.
Yes, Wine and Crime Wednesday. I won't have it this week or next week because of the holidays. Tomorrow night, I am doing a Festivus celebration that everybody is going to air their grievances. I have several rounds of guests that will be on, and I'll guarantee you this will be one of them that gets talked about.
Oh, I love that.
We're going to have to air a lot of grievances about this particular case. So.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you again, and we will be talking soon. And yes, I will send you my address so you can send me the book.
Okay, perfect. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
You so much,
Thank
Nicole.
you.
Oh my goodness, guys. Somebody that was like there and got to talk and all the stuff. How cool is that? Okay. Catnut Williams, when she sends the video of Dylan's interview, I can send that to you. So, all righty. got to get my bearings. We've got it's just under an hour. This video is that we're going to be watching here. Oops. And I am hoping I have all of the volume great for all of you so that we get to hear all the same things. I have closed caption on. And we're going to roll. Are you all ready to see Jason Autry recant his testimony? Let's do it. There he is in his good prison orange, which kind of looks a little red, actually. But here we go.
Okay.
There you go.
And there we go.
My name is Jason Autry.
There you go. Thank you.
They're talking.
You don't have to talk into it. You don't have to talk into it.
Look,
I know, it's awkward. It's awkward.
There you go.
Okay. Can we just start at the very beginning of when you first started getting questioned related to the Bobo case?
Well, it started in a series of chain of events, you know, the meetings with the attorneys. And, you know.
But this is before attorneys.
Huh?
I'm talking even before attorneys. Do you remember the actual day, the 13th, when she was abducted? Do you remember what you actually did that day?
Well, no, I couldn't tell you what I done that day.
Yeah.
Other than, you know, what the phone records say I done.
Yeah.
I'll have to agree to all that.
Yeah.
Of course, by those phone records, I knew where I was that day.
Yeah. When did you first hear of Holly Bobo being abducted?
That day.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sometime through that day I was told, you know.
Yeah. Do you remember how you heard about it?
Yeah, I was at a bar when I was told. And
Dottie's?
no, it was Double D's. I don't know what time it was, though. It was after 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told to stay out from that area because they were searching over it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was drinking, you know,
Yeah.
and this, that, and other, you know. So for my well-being, the lady knew you don't go that way.
Yeah. And how close? Because I know she was a second cousin, or
Yeah, she's second cousin to me. I mean, I never went sit down at the family table or nothing, you know.
yeah,
It was a side of the family that was just half. It was just half with my grandmother. It was just half brother. It was the connection, you know. It wasn't no blood connection.
so you didn't do like holidays or
No.
anything together.
Mm-mm. You know, my dad, you know, when he was growing up, he didn't do holidays and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, once you figured out what Christmas was, it was over. My dad's died.
I heard. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you was fixing to ask his name.
No, I know he passed away recently.
Yeah, he recently died.
Um,
Maybe he's on the better side of life.
so
But see, now you talking about.
she's asking questions. I'm telling her to make sure not to ask leading questions.
You know, I noticed, now this right here, you're talking about during that time, I had a bass boat.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like everybody in jail come to me wanting to go fishing.
Mm-hmm. I saw your bass boat.
I mean, and well, hell, I take them, you know, I'm thinking these some bitches are sent from the police, you know. We got out there about the second or third time, my slow ass finally catches on, you know. Y'all want to come out here and ask about this yet, you know? Why? So, and of course, her dad got to running around there. I just wonder if he's still alive, man.
Her dad, Dana?
Yeah, it's 1,000 wonders he's still alive, and that he's even still alive. He was pulling up at Shane's house and stuff, you know. looking around.
Mhm.
And there he is, and there with all them guns, you know, trying to shoot at him when he sees him, you know. I'm gonna shoot at you, Jeep.
Yeah. So I mean, did Karen and Dana or Clint come and talk to
Karen
you?
and Dana come to my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? I mean, what do you remember of that?
It was early in the morning. I had just got up. I sat there and talked to him. I answered every question he had.
When did it become, like, when did you feel like they were targeting you guys?
Well, no one that was innocent of it. I never really looked at that side of it. I thought, you know, I'm just going through a phase, you know, they're
Yeah.
checking felons in there.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. Because, you know, I've had them pull me over before and want to buy a chainsaw, something police, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I figured it was just something like that, you know.
Yeah.
I never once realized that, you know, people was giving statements and all this other shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. This is what I do not understand is today they walked out there, what put that my name in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why, what, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Good
still
question.
don't know, you know, and I believe this with all my heart. I believe that's who they wanted arrested. I believe those 3 boys is who that Karen and Dana wanted arrested. I believe they was prosecuted under their permission, and I was let go by their permission. I know I was let go by their permission
Yeah.
because the judge asked them, "Are y'all happy with this?"
Wow.
What do you think made them want them prosecuted?
I don't know. Just thought, maybe the thought of somebody being, you know, held accountable. That's what my attorney said. He said, somebody's got to pay, Jason. He said, you gonna be you? Hell no, I ain't paying.
Yeah, I mean, Clint
Tell me
can't.
what I do, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Clint.
And it's the same way right here today, you know?
Yeah. Clint can't think it was you guys. I mean, he saw him.
He knows who he saw.
Yeah.
If it wasn't him.
So, okay, so you get.
Who's to say she even disappeared that day? I mean, who says she didn't disappear 3 days before that and the family covered it up for 3 days? I didn't say that. I mean, you know, where's reality at? You know, I mean, they turned and started blaming 3 people they didn't have evidence on. They didn't have nothing on.
Yeah.
They didn't have alibis. They
Mhm.
didn't have alibis up there.
They checked out.
Yeah, we get you. We got you here.
Well, I have Shane's bank.
Everybody ain't messed up. You go in jail. Come on, boy.
I have Shane's bank statements that corroborate his alibi with Zach and Dylan. And what sucks, I have the name of the guy, the security guy at the bank. He'd offered the video surveillance footage at the ATM to corroborate the exact time he was there for his alibi. And the TBI said they didn't want it.
I didn't know that.
Okay, so you get arrested.
What?
Well, see, I was already incarcerated when I got arrested. I was already in
Oh,
the
I
federal
forgot that.
system.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I had a firearm charge.
Okay.
I was in the federal system, been in there about a year, and there they come. Dylan told him something. He was getting sentenced. And, I reckon he kept telling him something. I don't know what he was telling him.
So walk me through your whole, I want to know your whole experience. What happened? How did it get from you being arrested for this to you being on the stand and telling this crazy story?
That's a long ways.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of.
Yeah, we got until 1.
We got time.
Well, I got there, and the first defense team, Fletcher Long and them, and they got in trouble. got pulled off the case, got appointed Mike. Give Mike the opportunity to work with the guy he wanted, you know. And so that's how Flanagan got booted.
Mhm.
Mike didn't want to work with Flanagan. He had his own pick. So he said, "Yeah, do that." Okay. So all of this in the beginning was just all routine questions, you know, Jason, what was you at this day? This didn't check out, or this checked out, you know, what was going through. And they asked me a question. How you going to settle this or something, you know? And I told him, I said, the rope ain't got tight enough yet, you know, for me, you know. I said, I ain't seen shit, you know, I'm not convinced I done this, you know. Convince me I done it, 'cause I ain't done it yet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've looked at all this old bullshit they got, and I can't see nothing that says I've done it. So anyway, time goes on, year passes, he comes back. He's a new man when he comes back. He's like,
This is Michael Scholl?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's time to get this shit rolling, you know? I said, I agree. Where you been for a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you been for a year, you know?
Mhm.
And he said, what we gonna do here? I said, we're going to trial. He said, you realize this, don't you? And I said, what's that? He said, this is like a child molester case. Everybody's gonna scream, poor baby. And he said, I got you about 95% chance you spend the rest of your time right away. I said, Mike, I said, you don't think there's nothing you can do? He said, I think I can talk to them blue in the face. And he said, I don't think they'll listen. He said, once they say your name, people look up your badge jacket, they're all right with you being off the street anyway. So the seed was planted right there. You get where I'm going? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it was, what do you want to do here? We kept on jostling back and forth there for a day.
Mhm.
And he told me, he said, we ain't getting nowhere. And I said, well, I didn't know what to say, but goddamn, what do they want? You know, I need to know what they want. You know, what do they want from me?
Yeah.
I want you to testify. Straight up about it. They need someone to understand. State needs a mouthpiece. And I said, for mine, I'll go free. He said, I think I can sell that. I said, well, go see what you can do. He was gone for a period of time. He comes back again, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months later. He comes back. He said, you know what we was talking about? And I said, yeah. He said, can you rehearse that story for me today? I said, right now.
There's the rehearse word.
I got you right now in front of both of y'all, you know, come on. That'll work. That's what he said, you know, when I got done. He said, that'll work. He said, one thing is gonna seal it. And I said, what's that? He said, we're going down the river tomorrow. He said, I want you to walk and do everything out. That's right.
So did you tell him a version of the story then at that point?
Yeah.
Was it the same? I mean, what changed over the
I
course
mean,
of
I got the version of the story from him and Clark Chapman.
How did they feed you that?
Well, it was given to me through phone records or
Discovery.
you know, questions and stuff going on. Like, you know, I said one time to him, I said, whoa, you know, they knew I was over at Shane's house. And I said, well, what if I say all I seen was just a body, you know, laying in the back of the truck? That's not enough to get you out. I said, so I got to see the damn shooting. He said, if you go play with them, you might as well go all the way, Jason. So we went all the way.
How did you find out how did you find out she was shot?
The TBI, the day the skull was found, the TBI went down there to Dottie's and announced it. We just found her skull and a bullet hole in the back. .38 caliber bullet.
Shut
35,
up.
38 caliber. I seen the report. I believe it's one of them. So I knew you right there.
You were incarcerated at the time.
Yeah, I was in River Bend. on
Yeah.
Max.
So how did it get from Dottie's to you?
Telephone, my mama.
Your mom? Yeah.
I mean, the first thing they done, Dottie's, was all them the little girls in there run tell, you know. You know. Big news. you
Yeah.
know. But that's how I found out, yeah. Brent Booth told it to Dottie's.
Okay, so walk me through how the story came to.
The story came just working a story. You know, when I started that timeline, I started using phone records and IR statements and stuff like that. And when people see you here and hear you there, that gives you credibility to your story.
How did you get the phone records and the IR statements?
They come
just
to me.
Gave them to you?
Yeah.
Like you had them in your cell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had all the,
Who brought them to you?
my attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in there. I
Yeah.
feel sorry for you if you plan on looking through it.
I have looked through it. There's a lot.
Mighty.
Mhm.
It's a paper cut.
There's a
Wow.
lot. Mhm. There's a whole box of just psychics.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so you're putting it together.
Yeah,
Just like we said.
we put the story together in about 3 days. And, you know, and if you get a story out, you do swear to it.
Mhm.
And it's amazingly simple.
Yep. It
But,
is
you know,
simple.
Parts of it, you know, I don't know what he was doing in the night, you know, but he'd be like, they blowing my phone, I won't know what you're saying.
Okay, I think the river, that area was flooded at the time.
Was it?
I think it was. I haven't pulled the records yet.
It could be. And I think me and Zach was actually down there at the river at that point.
What were you doing down there?
I think we were down there getting high.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. That's
I'm
what I
pretty
said.
sure I met him down there at that point.
It's a perfect place to
And
get
My
high.
phone records had me there, or
Not that I know.
had me within that area.
Yeah.
And within that area, the only thing I'd have been doing would have been at that bar down there, that water.
Yeah.
But we had to add, Holly to that story. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You
But it
already
doesn't
have a
work.
story, so all you had to do was just add something.
Because
You know,
he didn't have the evidence. Interestingly enough, he didn't have the evidence to be able to conclusively say that Holly went to all these places. He was just guessing based on the discovery that he had been given, which is what it totally looks like when he testifies, when you know what the discovery says. But in addition to that, they didn't know that Holly's phone doesn't go anywhere close to where they all said they were. And trial and error podcasts, we still haven't tracked down the water level info to confirm that conclusively in case we got any sleuths in here. There you go. Homework assignment. This jury, you can go investigate things on your own time. And DB is asking, have you seen the location photos? It's literally the worst possible place to shoot a gun and think you wouldn't get caught. It's so stupid. I know, because it would be all echoey there. Yeah, I completely agree.
Where I first got to, at one point in time, I was about half convinced that Shane and them done it, that I was just a victim of knowing them.
Yeah.
And I thought that for a long time.
Mm-hmm. I've gone back and forth in going through the records where I went through a phase of thinking that. I don't anymore.
I don't either. But I thought that for a long time, and I set their statements up on my TV, beside my TV for 18 months before I waited to tell this story to a prosecutor.
Wow.
But he did. I don't know. I don't know what I waited on. In my mind, I was waiting on something, though. Obviously, but it was
A
18
sign.
months went by before. I mean, when I read their stories, I got mad. I got mad because Dylan said some weird shit.
Yeah.
I mean, some weird shit. And I've done a lot of damn crime in my life. I've been so damn wondering if I ever get out of being there. Two things I never done. Start women and children.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else, I've victimized. Tore it out of stealing it and shooting it, whatever. But, and that's what pissed me off so bad when I read that Dylan done a swine up down, I'm raping her in there in the goddamn house, I think you sick, twisted bastard, that's what you think,
So DB is saying it's called the Jimmy Evans Memorial Bridge. It's not even remote. It is not. I-40 is actually a pretty busy highway. I-40 is not just a pretty busy highway. It is the main thoroughfare that goes across Tennessee. So you can get on 40 in Memphis and you can take 40. I dare say you can take that all the way to Gatlinburg, which is on the far eastern side of the state. 840 is a different road that breaks up there, but I-40 is it would be one of the main thoroughfares. It's like I-75 or I-65. Those go, north and south, and those are main thoroughfares. The issue with where this is that you can't see down where they were because of the angle and everything. I think he came up with this location, DB, because it had to fit with what the DA's office was pushing. That's why I think he came up with this location.
Yeah.
And I think that's what drove some of my anger, because I was mad. Mad because every time I'd lay down, I'd have to lay down in bed, but I was having to be ridiculed by inmates every day. You killed her, you son of a bitch, you no good, you goddamn raping, killing, it was every day, you know what I mean? And I guess I acted out with that false story and let them plant the seeds like that. It worked good in me,
You're an engaging witness.
Well, I was trained.
I could tell you were trained. I'm on the
I was
witness stand a lot.
trained, yeah.
I was trained witness.
Yeah. I mean, I was told who to speak to, how much to shut down, when to ask for more or less.
Who was doing the training?
Jennifer Nichols.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the boss of it all.
Wow.
One thing you screwed up on, you talk about the fence and the gate at Shane's place. That didn't go up until after, it was like a few months after when he got a puppy. So there wasn't a fence and gate at the time of Holly Bobo's disappearance.
Right.
I mean, still
Hell, I mean, I
did a
don't
pretty
know
good
the time
job.
I tried to see what you got.
Mhm. You did a pretty good job. I mean, but
I don't know that, I mean, in my mind, I messed up one time. I don't know that if I'd have been his attorney, I don't know if I'd have spent that much time on the road, I think I'd have spent more time on bringing up the point that I didn't see nobody or shoot nobody.
yeah,
Because I never confessed to seeing nobody.
yeah.
I said I never seen her.
Mm-hmm.
And
where'd you get the whole, I mean,
Where did I get the idea of putting them together?
putting what together?
Putting Shane, Dylan, and Jack together?
Well, that wasn't what I was gonna ask, but answer that.
There was a report from the loggers, it was in the area,
Mhm.
that they come by, them three together that morning. And one of the loggers made it look like one of them had been struggling or something. So I don't know how you look through the windshield and see somebody's been struggling or not, but I don't know. You know, that's where I got the idea that they were down there close. I mean, what? 'Cause I don't approve of it.
Yeah.
So, Beverly, I need more information because I know you've come into our chat in the past, and you're asking who believes any of these people. They're all pathological psychopaths. Could be true. I don't know. As far as any of this coming into a trial, that's not where we are. We are at this point past watching the replay of the trial from 2017. And we're now trying to find out the truth because nobody was interested in finding out the truth in 2017. They were interested in pushing a narrative to convict individuals. So I want to know, because anybody that follows my channel knows, if you are going to come in with an opposing view, I want you to have data and evidence to support your position. I want to know what information you have that because they may be pathological psychopaths, they committed this crime. Because so far, everything we have been looking at has all of the evidence, the actual evidence does not support a conviction.
You know,
Oops, wrong button, sorry. And I can't believe what comes out of his mouth in that report. Her statements will never come in. He doesn't need to testify at all because the actual evidence, like the cell phone evidence in that, supports what he's saying right now. And that's unfortunate that you're on the prosecutor's side, Beverly. That's your position, and you'll never be on the defense side because that just means you're closed-minded and you're not going to listen. And that's unfortunate because I went into the Karen Reed case fully believing that she ran her boyfriend over. And I came into this case watching the post-conviction relief hearings and starting to get information. I was like, oh, doggone. Okay. No, because I lived in Tennessee when this happened. I thought it was a foregone conclusion that these people were guilty. But when more information comes in and more data, you need to reassess that and make sure that you're validating the way you feel. So just saying I'm just on this other side isn't going to be a valid retort for me. Who's lying? We're not even talking about lying and who's not lying, Beverly. I'm going to wait to see what the judge rules on, and then I'll make my decision who's lying, who's not lying, because we don't need to put that mother through this pain again. I absolutely agree, but your anger is misplaced. We wouldn't have to put this mother through this again if the prosecution would have done their stinking job the first time. So that's what's frustrating. And yes, Serenity, what a piece of evidence convinced Beverly to have the position she has? For me, it's a bunch of pieces of evidence that literally changed my position in what I believe, because data doesn't lie. Forensics don't lie. People lie. Data doesn't. And Beverly, you watched the whole entire trial and there was a lot of BS in it. I completely agree with that. But the BS was coming from the prosecution. And so we need to make sure that we're clear. And I don't know, misinformed, if this is a dig at me or a compliment. So no, I am not Mrs. Doubtfire's sister, but I personally think I'm way cooler than Mrs. Doubtfire, but that's just my personal opinion.
If they would have done it, I wouldn't be reluctant, just say, lock them up.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know.
My question was going to be, where'd you get the whole thing about gutting her and seeing a body floating by? That just sounded crazy to me.
Too far out, yeah.
That sounded pretty crazy to me.
Well, let's go back some years. And in that same spot, I found a person floating one time.
You actually really did?
Yeah, I found a person floating, and they were floating belly up.
What'd you do when you found them?
Huh?
What'd you do when you found
I
them?
called the police.
Yeah? When was that?
I wish I knew the year. It was 7 or 8, 2007, 2008. I was out of prison.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been too long ago.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So
Drove up.
the least believe, like, is actually true? Okay.
Yeah, they believed. I mean, they knew the body was decomposed, that I didn't put it there.
Uh-huh.
I mean, one
Yeah.
leg had done been eaten by the animals.
Yeah.
They fished it out, Yeah, I was going down to there and I seen a buzzard leave. Got up our clothes, got to smell it, and I looked, but the stomach is what was stuck up in the air, and that's what the old buzzard was standing on.
Ugh, that's disgusting. Oh, that's gross.
Yes, Serenity. I am truly interested to know what the evidence is that Beverly sees so much differently than so many of us are seeing now. Yes, I am legitimately interested. And you're absolutely right. The Bobos are going to have to relive this nightmare one way or another, either with these post-conviction relief hearings or when Terry Britt strikes again and another victim joins Holly's fate. They don't deserve this. They don't deserve this. Nobody deserves this. They deserve a fair trial, that there hasn't been shenanigans, and you just prosecute the case and you charge the correct people. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, that's where that come from.
What else in the story, were there any parts of the story that you're most concerned about being?
No, because, I mean, like Jennifer Nichols said, we're gonna vet this story, and it's got to be, it's got to be untouchable.
I mean, it wasn't though.
I mean,
The timing of it, like, wouldn't even work.
I mean, it don't take much to put a man on in prison, does it? I mean,
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
I think that needs a piece of evidence.
Do you think that Karen believed you?
I don't know. I don't know if they believe it or not. I wondered that. But my attorney says it's a good old boy system. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In a good old boy system?
Yeah. They said my attorney said the conviction was locked, tight, sealed, with nobody untied.
Wow. That explains the judge.
Do you think Jennifer Nichols thinks it was Britt?
I don't think Jennifer Nichols cares. I think she could care less, as long as there ain't nobody on TV hollering out.
Wow. He is dead on.
I bet 3 hours after that trial was over, Jennifer Nichols ain't thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
I bet she ain't spent much time on it. Why would she? I don't know. I mean, It's bad, like I say, that was lower well shit, what I done, you know, it was bad. And I'm about to commit suicide over it.
Oh,
I had to go to suicide tank 2 or 3 times over that.
They had you in the suicide tank too?
Yeah.
Over telling the story?
Yeah, I tried to commit suicide after Ben a couple times.
How'd you try?
Hanging.
Holy shit.
They come in and cut me down one time.
Holy
Oh
shit.
my
Before or
gosh.
after you
After
testified?
I testified, yeah, it felt me bad after
I mean-
Man, I thought I had it bad before I testified. Shit. You won't catch old Jason doing that no more.
Well, I mean, that's what
You
I,
won't never catch me on the witness stand. I don't give a damn if it's to save 10 children's life. I ain't getting up there.
Wow.
That's the worst that I've ever felt in my life coming back.
Wow.
Knowing that you just lied and put an innocent man in prison.
what was that like seeing
Wow.
Zach sitting there?
You want the truth? I never made eye contact with him.
You know what? I watched that in the trial to see if you ever made eye contact.
I never made eye contact with him. Plus, his attorney was right there in my face the whole time. Won't know about the damn road.
Mm-hmm.
Whispering. The judge sitting there, you can't supposed to be able to whisper.
I know, we saw it.
How did you come to be part of that group?
No, Melissa. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing on the table that helps him by saying this,
Well-
except his conscience.
I don't know. I mean, Zach, me and his daddy, I used to buy drugs from Zach's daddy. And that's how I met Zach when he was a younger boy. Dylan, he was just drugged around by Zach, you know. He was kind of Shane was cousin. So
What do you think? What are your thoughts on Shane?
I never really liked Shane too much. I mean, I always believed that he was capable of something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because of maybe the lack of the teaching growing up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I could see him doing it.
What about Zach?
No, not really.
Yeah. I didn't get that
Not really.
sense
No.
from him.
I don't know about Dylan and Shane, though. I don't think Dylan. I don't know. I mean, they say he's stupid, but I carried him out on the river. He didn't act this. I mean, he had enough sense to make it back anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. Both of them boys is just like me, fucked up on those. Just hanging out and doing the wrong shit, you know. I don't know.
Do you think about it? Like, do you still think about it with Zach? Do you think?
Yeah, I do. I think about Zach a lot.
What do you think?
I wonder if this is gonna work,
If what's gonna work?
this. And I'm interested in seeing his release.
You are?
Yeah, I dedicated it. And
Wow.
I put that dedication together since I talked to you on the phone. I wasn't even, when I talked to you, I didn't really even think. I actually told myself I'll deny her a visit when she comes.
Yeah.
But I got to thinking about it the other night, letting her in the rack, and I think it's the right thing to do. I really do. And it doesn't matter to me now whether I come out of this any better or any worse. I still want to see what's right in that. You see where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
And if that helps me sleep better than that, so be it. I got myself in this shit. I know how to get out. I knew not to have a deer rifle. Come on. You know what I mean? I was guilty of the gun they caught me with out there at Skies. Now, is there some confidence? Is there some little straw that might break the camel's back? Maybe. But what are you thinking right now? What are you thinking? Do you think that I'm playing some old poor, pitiful me story, or am I on the side of reality?
No, I think it's the opposite. I think the system was against you and you didn't have an option, and then you basically put in a situation where you're the villain and
Well,
the scapegoat.
look here. Mike appeared up on Zoom meeting like this to me a few days before I got out, right? He said, Train, so I'm gonna tell you something. They call me Train. He said, Train, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, yeah, you should go home a day or two, right? He said, I like you, man. He said, be careful when you're around these gas stations and bars and stuff like that. He said, anybody liable to pull out old gun and shoot you, right? And he said, be prepared, protect yourself out there. So
Well, that's it. It's like, what is even the freedom you're getting? Because they
Well,
put
I
you in
mean,
a
I don't
situation
know.
to be this
but
horrible person.
As soon as I got out of prison, a mile down the road, this person hands me a gun. Here, I bought this for you.
Mm.
Yeah, right there. I instantly stick it in my pocket because
Yeah.
I've done it all my life, And there it rides till I traded for that deer rifle at Skies.
Mm-hmm.
And I decide I don't need it, and I don't need one. And once I decide I don't need the damn pistol, should have got rid of it. I traded for a deer rifle. Got high, I want to go deer hunting.
Will you, the whole gun thing,
Yeah.
will you clarify that? How did that gun, that Victor Dinsmore?
So
Here we
there
go.
was a gun at one point that Shane had. It was a 357 at a Sparker restaurant on the end of it.
Wait, is that the longer one?
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad showed me that.
He had it out showing it around, And so that's the last gun I seen, the last one I got had.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one I told Dinsmore bought that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether they went back and got it back or not, I don't know, but the gun they found, and that gun's not the same gun.
Yeah.
One's a 32, the other's a 38,
Yeah.
57. Yeah, but I told them that the gun was traded to Dinsmore. So Dinsmore's wife, I reckon, the way I understand it, when found it.
Yeah.
Or told the police where it was or something.
Yeah. But that was, I'm trying to remember the gun you testified about. Were you testifying about that? Was it that little, it was that little handgun?
Yeah, that was the one that had to be it.
Because that's the one that Dinsmore found?
They had, yeah, that matched what Dinsmore
Which is
said.
not the right one.
Hey, Jason, you made a mistake and sent the wrong gun. You're right.
Okay. And so that, you're basically saying that was Shane's gun?
That one wasn't.
Yeah.
The one they found was, I don't know whose gun that was.
Yeah.
Shane's gun is the one I'm sure Jimmy still has.
Yeah, this is the one he showed me. It's like a long barrel and.
Black ammo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Anything else in the story that would be potentially helpful for me to look into to?
I don't know.
So I just want to point something out that came to mind as I'm watching this particular movement right here. I don't know if any of you watch the behavior panel at all. I adore the individuals on the behavior panel. But one of the things that is very common for someone to do when they are feeling very free and very open about something is they do this kind of pose and the arms behind. That type of posturing is I have nothing to hide kind of posturing. And I think there's some truth to some of people's body language of what people generally do with certain things. And just based on what he's already told us, and then he does this movement, that's why I'm bringing it up. I see y'all in the chat laughing at me, but that's why I bring it up, because it's one of the few times I've literally seen, because he has like unburdened himself with everything he just said. And it's like this stretching, like, oh, it's like a relief. So that's all.
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know. I don't know. See, I don't know who all was called. You might talk to Angela. She's out of prison now.
Okay.
She probably could be a little bit more precise on what times that she was working the car. I ain't even too for sure she wasn't. I ain't even too for sure she was working. She testified, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. And Rebecca Earp did too.
Yeah.
How much of the story did you come up with on your own from the IRs?
Well, I never really just developed a whole lot of it on my own. I had help, you know.
Oh,
I had help.
Tell us about that.
Who was helping and how did they help?
yeah.
Well, Clark Chapman helped me. Mike Show helped me. Robert, he never did. Robert never did do much.
Mm-hmm.
He never did know much. He just, I don't know why he was there. But, so what was the question?
How did they help?
How did they help? Well, you give you information. You know, they're privileged to a lot more information than we are.
Mm-hmm.
So they know privileged information that we don't have, and they share it.
So how does that go? I mean, I can't put myself in a situation where I'm trying to get somebody to admit to something they didn't do. How it just seems shameful. Like, how do they do that?
Well, it's very shameful, very hard, I believe. You know, I don't know that there's a textbook story. I mean, I don't know that there's an answer to that. How can you do that other than you being a large amount of situations, you know, that force you to be there?
No, because I'm not asking rhetorically. I mean, like, how did that work? Like, you met with it, like, practically speaking, how did the story develop?
Well, trying to get out of prison. Thank you.
I understand how getting out of prison, but I mean, like, you met with them. How did it go? Like, the back and forth? You had some initial story, and then they tell you no or yet. Like, how do they?
Well, when we started, you know, they said, "Did you see Jack that day?" And I said, "Yeah, I believe I did."
Mm-hmm.
What'd y'all do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you tell them, "Hell, you down here, and then you done this, and you done that." That's your story for that line, because that's not going to change. And you just add to that. I guess it's just layer upon layer of stuff.
I believe that.
Like, do you remember what the initial story was?
Now There never was no initial story. I mean, like, he would call and change it or nothing like that. It wasn't nothing like that. It was more of him talking to me, and then whatever he done when he left, the next day when he come back, well, that'd be good or that'd be bad,
Mhm.
And they're vetting every story you give them, so you can't lie and say, well, I was here at this, if you know you wasn't there.
Mhm.
So you have to maintain some point of truth. And when you got public and the TV hollering, these guys done this to Holly Bobo, they've already added the story. The news know the story just well, didn't they? I mean,
Mhm.
I thought it was about cheer. I thought it was weird.
Were they, and I think when he was bringing the paperwork for you to go through, how that, just a lot of it, did he just sift through and find the ones that he thought was relevant, or?
Well, I wouldn't do it so much. I began to know it.
Mhm.
I mean, statements, hell, I already know what that would say,
Mhm.
You can't really, you can and you can't really get a story from that,
Yeah.
I don't know, but it worked good for turning me against the others. It done good at that.
What were they saying that Zach was saying? Were they telling you Zach was saying stuff about you?
Zach had, what was it, 5, 7 field reports?
Yeah, but they all said the same thing. They were all his consistent story.
Were they?
Yeah. He was with Shane and Dylan getting Xanax bars and getting fucked up. With Sonic.
They proved all that, didn't
Yeah, I mean, I have the bank statements.
Yeah.
And he apparently went to Joe's video where Rebecca Earp was working and he was all fucked up on his Xanax and he took like 4 or 5 bars and like headbutted her. And someone called the cops, but no one responded because everyone was looking for Holly Bobo. So I'm trying to find that
Shut up.
call because I'm sure that's logged.
Yeah.
Shut
Depending on
up.
what time that was, that might be helpful. So I'm trying to track that down.
911 would have had that,
Yeah, they'll have to have it.
Wow.
especially if you subpoena it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll subpoena it.
Wonder why she didn't do that the day of the trial.
Oh, we know why.
Look, that'd been the perfect day for that, didn't it?
Yep.
And something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
3:27 p.m. is when that happened, huh?
How'd you think it was gonna go? Do you think?
I had already been asked every question she could dream of asking.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 4 of them at one time asking me questions in a room. 2 attorneys and 2 prosecutors, just fast and go,
Mm-hmm.
So,
And how would they be telling you how to answer the questions? How?
well, once you got trained to your court tongue, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
Your answers are short and sweet, to the point, and that's it. Look at the jury.
Where did you get if your records reflect that?
Wow.
That come off, that's me,
That's you?
yeah, because, you can't argue it, can you? Why would you?
Yep.
I mean, that's losing argument.
You're not an idiot. I think is there anything else that you think would be helpful anything else that you wanted?
I don't know, I just hope that you have the ability and the want to get to the end of this, because just like I told you a while ago, I set my mind to it, and I may even attack it a little bit in the media. I can do that.
Yeah. I mean, anything you want to say to your son, I can get him a video. I don't know what your relationship with him is.
Nah, I'm gonna let that.
Yeah.
Just let that ride on.
Mm-hmm.
His old dad's gonna be out of the picture for a while, maybe it's best.
Aw.
We had a bad time the last time we was together. So, he's a mama's boy. I'm a man's man. We just don't, he and I just don't. Me and my dad,
Whew.
when I was a boy,
Yeah.
my dad probably a little bit harder on me than I was him. I don't know. I love Jay, but
Aw.
sometimes it's at a distance, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
He got, I'll just go ahead and tell you what made me mad. We got to drinking and he got up on his sister. When he got to drinking, he had her bent over the stove, and I said, "Yeah, it's your turn over the stove, boy." You know what I mean? He didn't like his turn over the stove, so I told him a little fit and run off.
Mhm.
And I told him, I said, I'm still a boss. I may be old and gray, but I still got.
Turn off?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back on.
You're gonna talk to him himself?
I'm gonna go up there.
Hell yeah.
He's in Thompson Federal Penitentiary. I'm gonna go see him. I don't know if he'll talk to me, but he probably will. What? Tell me everything that will be helpful. So you knew him?
Yeah, so I was at O'Bine with him in 2012. He was facing a gun charge and I was facing a gun charge.
I don't know who we're talking about. I got lost there.
As time went by, he's a sex offender. And I used to be affiliated and he wanted to know how that was going to matter. And I told him, I'm not no longer in it. 2009, I got out. I said, when you get down the road, you're probably going to have problems. He's letting her talking, we talked a lot. And he told me about a 38 special that he told in Black Bottom.
Hold on. He's speaking about Terry Britt right now? That's who we're talking about? Oh. My goodness, I did not know that. And DB, I think you were the one about not feeling pet. Yeah, DB, I totally respect that and get that. I'm a mama, and as a parent, I can identify with the love you have for your child. So that's what I am identifying with. So yeah.
I don't know, Black Bottom is in Lexington, Tennessee. It's off the side of Redbud Lake.
When was this?
This was in 2012, I believe.
Okay, so this could have been the gun that he used.
Could have been, yeah, very possible.
Holy shit. That's relevant.
And he said it, I never did know where this guy lived, but I assume he lives in an old house.
He lives in a trailer.
He has a kitchen and he says this ghost comes and visits him in this kitchen. And
His wife said he's talking to people,
Yeah.
talking to somebody that wasn't there.
really,
Huh?
so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, he's seeing this little old girl, whoever this is. This is a young girl, whoever he's seeing. I don't know who it is.
Wait, he's seeing a young girl?
That's
Yeah,
the ghost.
that's
It's
the
the ghost
ghost.
of a young girl.
Yeah, it's the ghost of the young girl.
Wow.
Huh.
So that's all the things he ever said to me.
He said it was a ghost of a young girl.
It was a ghost of a young girl coming to his kitchen and rattling the pots and pans when
Shut
he'd get up,
up.
and go and look, and it'd be a little girl, and he'd go toward her, and she'd vanish.
Hmm.
Wow.
Did he ever talk about any of his?
No, he never not sexual desires because he knew I had these boats on.
Yeah.
So he was really in there on protection.
Anything else that would be helpful for me to ask him or?
I don't know.
Exactly. Where's Lady Zelda when we need her?
That's the only thing that I ever heard him say confidential, and I wasn't looking for him as a criminal or anything.
Yeah.
And, I just, that stood out.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have ghosts appearing me. I mean, so that may
Yeah.
do it to some people.
how did the 38 special come up?
Talking about guns, he was talking about what he was charged with. And they charged him with a gun he didn't have, is what he said. And that's especially, I reckon that's what he was on. He was on a gun charge with a gun. Somebody seen the gun or something, I don't know. That was the gun, 38 special pistol.
And you said he threw it in Black Bottom,
Black bottom off Red Bud Lake.
Red Bud.
Wow.
Mhm. That's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's scheduled.
Are you sure you're done this time?
I don't know, unless you drop some other bombs in the yellow.
I know, am I
Anything
gonna put
else?
this away and you're gonna drop another bomb on me?
Anything else you wanna,
I mean, I didn't
any
know.
other secrets you wanna?
No.
Do you think Terry Bird did it?
Yeah, looking at the reports, yeah. Once the cadaver dog hit on it, seeing all the tools that he had in the back of the van, yeah, I'm pretty confident that. I didn't know he was in the area then.
Wow.
About the case.
I think if you saw his testimony.
And then whenever somebody mentioned it, I just put my ears on in the ear. I didn't want to hear the shit,
Mm-hmm.
But he never laid in the jail cell and confessed.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish he would have. I wish he
Would
would
make
have.
things a lot easier.
Hell yeah.
I think we can get it.
Okay, everybody. Wow. That was a little more than I had anticipated. Holy smokes. The ghost story? Y'all. Wow. Just wow. That's where I am on this. So let's wrap this up a little bit. I got a couple things I want to tell y'all, and I've got some delicious flounder and mashed potatoes. I'm sorry, Parmesan encrusted flounder and mashed potatoes waiting for me that Mr. Demeanor made. So I'm a little shocked. I wasn't anticipating that. I have very conflicting emotions because he was despicable for doing what he did on the witness stand and because of that, put Zach behind bars. But at the same time, I'm a mom and I get it. Sometimes relationships are hard. And so I can empathize and sympathize for how he feels. So just to give you all an update, I am in the process of waiting for confirmation from YouTube on monetization. So I don't know how long it will take. I've submitted my application and I'm waiting. What I'll tell you is once I get monetized, we will do members only live streams. And I'm planning, as I was sitting here watching all of this, one of the first things we're going to do in our members only, it's going to be about Terry Dykes's book. Something for y'all to look forward to that we'll take care of. And Mavhawk, how dare you? Mr. Demeanor does not cook from a meal kit. He is fantastic cook. I don't cook at all, so I always have to depend on him. No, it is actually a meal from a local restaurant here that I absolutely love. And we went there several times and he figured out how to make the meal at home for me. So it's lovely. So that's what I'm going to be doing when we get monetization, and we'll have some members only live streams and we'll cover the Terry Dykes book. In the meantime, don't forget tomorrow night. You're welcome, Mavhawk. I appreciate all the shade that you want to send. But tomorrow night we have the Festivus. Festivus is tomorrow night. Now, I can tell you, I have felt my Detroit Lions have been the biggest disappointment of 2025 for me. So I will definitely be airing some grievances about that. And we have a great lineup. I will have DJ and Boston Bia from Calling All Beings on with me. I'll have Katnat Williams. We will then have Lauren Cady and Jodine Weber, and then we're going to finish the live stream with Nurse Kim. So make sure that you tune in, get your notifications turned on. So when we go live, you're going to be on. I can guarantee you there will be no drama, and we are going to have a rousing good time with our poll. Maybe I'll demand some feats of strength, but we're definitely going to be airing grievances because I got a lot of problems with a lot of you. Anyway, make sure you do the YouTube things, like, subscribe, notifications, share. I have been trying to make sure that I put the upcoming dates on both the Twix and also posting it on YouTube, because some of you said that you're not on the Twix. And so it's on TikTok now, the Twix and YouTube. And so the upcoming cases will be listed there. Antonio Brown had a hearing this morning. My understanding is that there is going to be a hearing for a dismissal in April. So we'll continue to follow that case. And I don't think we have anything going on until next week. And next week is going to be Zach Adams, the post-conviction relief hearings. So that's where we are in the grand scheme of things. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I know you have a lot of choices, and coming here to hang out with me is fantastic. I'll put a link at some point in the comments to take you to Trial and Error podcast. They will also have a link there for you to innocentbrothers.com. They have a lot of great content. We will continue to cover things on this case, and we won't have Wine and Crime Wednesday back on the schedule until 2026, because we have Festivus tomorrow night, and I am doing a live stream with y'all on New Year's Eve. Sorry. I'm going to be real life in it on New Year's Eve. So, but I will do a live stream next Tuesday for sure. I don't know what I'll cover. And we'll see how things go, whether I do a Monday, Tuesday again, or what. But I will have notifications sent out. I'll post it on the Twix so you'll know what's going on. So make sure you comment if you're watching on Replay Crew. Thank you, Replay Crew. And with all of that, again, thank you for tuning in tonight. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for being a part of my channel growing and getting much needed sunshine on this particular case. There are unfortunately way too many Karen Reeds and Kelsey Fitzsimmons, and now Zach Adams in the world. So let's try to help any way that we can to get the word out. So with that, it doesn't cost a penny to be kind. So find someone to do something nice for today if you haven't already. And as always,